So buying this bike was a massive risk, but most of that risk is gone now that we got the bike started in the last episode. And now that most of that risk is gone, we're in a mad rush to get this bike ready and under budget. So once again, thanks to our sponsors, we've got some awesome kit to get through today. We're gonna try and get most of it on the bike if we can, because I really wanna have this bike rolling within the next week or so. So I don't know if you can see, but just in behind there, there's like a, it's like little notches, and that's where you can actually fit a specific tool in. I find just doing the exact same thing with one of these is no different. And then look how much that loosens up the chain. So it means that I can actually pull the chain off. I'll be able to, I'll be able to get the chain off nice and easy when I take the sprocket off. So that should, in theory, just come off. There we go. Much easier. So we will actually be able to take the cush drives out of this and then sell it as parts on eBay. Probably around 200 bucks, maybe $220. So let's start tallying up the kitty as to how much money we can get back from this build. That's off. We'll just give that a bit of a clean, and that's going on eBay. Now the cush drives need to come out, and from memory, I think they just push straight out. Now we've got these absolutely beautiful nuts, red nuts. If you like my nuts, hit me up for a holler and I'll tell you where I get them. I get them from Moto Mia, Australia. Moto Mia have actually sorted us out with all of the CNC gear for this build. So super big shout out to them, amazing work. And the sprocket holder came from Race and Road. So yeah, massive shout out to them too, great job. I mean, come on, look at that. How freaking awesome does that look? So fingers crossed this will just go back on. I'm gonna end up getting gunk on my fingers, but that's life. Look at that. Check this out. This is one of the new Pecco 63 helmets. Suomi? How do you say Suomi?
Suomi?
Suomi. It's taking a while, eh?
I've got to have the suspense, you know?
She's not the fastest knot untire in the world. Oh, look what I'm making you do. Oh no, ready? Suspense music. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my God. That is awesome. Wow. So if anyone's looking to buy me something for Christmas or earlier, then you should buy me one of these.
And you get a trophy.
You get a trophy. Okay, we have made our way down to Cube Performance. This is also Cube Moto on the Gold Coast, Australia. And this is actually the home of Desmo Sport Ducati, the race team with Troy Bayliss. So we're gonna head inside. These guys have hooked us up with some mint performance parts. Okay, Jake, my man, what's going on?
How you going?
I see we've got some, oh, look at that, my name's on the shoebox. These must be for me.
Yep. The Evo model of the V4S sets from Spider. These are pretty much similar spec to what they're using in World Superbike. They just don't have the frame plate, which is another product that we have as well. But
so are these what?
Pretty much as good as it gets.
Are these what the race team, so your race team, actually run on their bikes as well?
It is, but we have another plate that is the next level up from this. There's three different levels. This one's sort of like the mid-range of the three.
Yeah, cool. I'll switch to your website quickly and just show you the three models that you've got.
Rear sets, especially with Ducatis, can be a little bit fiddly and complicated, but
yeah,
there's a really good instruction manual at the bottom. It explains exactly how to do it. If
you're after anything performance related, hit these guys up. Cube Moto. Is it .com? .com.au. .com.au. So we've got a 1299 final edition with 0 Ks on it, but someone has broken the mirror. Anyway, this thing is absolutely a work of art. How many of these do you see around? Not many, if any. So I've never actually used Spider rear sets before, but Spider are a pretty awesome brand and they sponsor some wicked race teams. So I'm keen to give them a go. Like I've used CNC Racing, I've used Gillies Performance as well. So far, CNC Racing are just the creme de la creme, but let's see how these Spider ones go. So they were actually really easy to put on, and the coolest thing is you've got this stop adjuster just here where you can just sort of move that around in a circle, and then you've also got the adjuster here so that just by loosening this off here you can raise and lower the actual angle without having to touch anything else, so you can just keep this all secure. Other really cool thing is if you have a low side or whatever and you break your peg, it's all easily accessible from here without having to take the whole thing apart. So I think we've got an end cap to go on there. Maybe it's not that one, but we've got an end cap to go on there, and then that side is pretty well done. But how freaking sick does that look? Super stoked with those, man. I almost feel like I'm building this bike too fast because at this rate, it's gonna be done in just a few short weeks. Next up, we've got this YSS, and this is our steering damper. And the reason why we've got to replace it is because the Olin steering damper that's on here, the actual end of it, this one here, which is the electronic end, has snapped off. So luckily I'm sponsored by Suspensions R Us, who stock YSS. So we're gonna take this off and then replace it with this one. And then just here, we've got a delete coming. It's like a little switch. You take this plug off the end and you plug the Heeltech delete into that end, and that stops the ECU from recognizing that as an electronic damper. So let's get to it. Okay, so the pack actually comes with these little spacers, and you're probably gonna need them just to get a nice flush mount at the top there. So I'm gonna go ahead and whack a spacer or two on there, just so it holds a bit more firmly than that. And then when I take it in to get the suspension worked, we will actually adjust this and adjust the angle perfectly to make it work with turning the bike left and right. and getting the right damping setting. But these damping settings on this YSS kit is pretty awesome because you've got 30 clicks of adjustability. So you can just do it on the fly as well. Like when you're in the pits or in between sessions, just quickly adjust it. Even when you're riding, you can quickly adjust if you can reach it. Super cool stuff. Okay, so I promise this is the last thing for today, but I always put one of these quick chargers on every bike I build because it just speeds up literally trying to charge the bike. You can keep it on a trickle charge all night. I find it really helps. So super easy. They're about $5 on eBay or from any electronics store. Attach it, zip tie it up, and then you've got a quick charger, trickle charger, any point you want. So some massive progress on this build today. Heaps and heaps of parts have gone onto it. We've got pretty much everything ordered for the bike, so we're gonna smash through the rest of this build as fast as we can. Fairings, they should get here next week. We've got carbon fiber arriving. We've got all of the front area, so we've got all the controls, switch gear, bling, just heaps of stuff turning up. Stay tuned, like, subscribe, you know the drill.